Alright, so, this is a fucking story, homies, alright? Let me light a cigarette for this real quick. Aw, man. So, this was, my first time doing meth, alright? Now, I had just been on a long-ass road trip with my family, and, of course, it was time to get zooted. I'd only brought a little bit of DXM with me on that road trip. I wasn't getting big zooted on that trip. So I said, it's time to get big zooted. So I hit up my friend. We'll call him Gary for this story, and, it'll probably be brought up in a good few other stories. He's a good homie of mine. And, I'm looking to trip out at this point, since I'd only done, like, hydros, DXM, acid, of course, weed. You know, the type of almost entry shit. I don't really want to call hydros that, but, you know, I ain't smoked perks yet. Hell, I ain't even done coke. You know, I'm still a new homie. And I make a joke with him in our texts on Snapchat, of course. You know, what fucking druggie doesn't use Snapchat? And I make the joke that, hey, I'm down for whatever, as long as it's not crack, meth, or heroin. Of course, I didn't know that heroin was all fentanyl at this point. I was still a new homie, you know. And his ass texts back, well, what's wrong with meth? And I put my phone down, and I asked myself, you know, what is wrong with it? It's just a different chemical for Adderall. That's what he was telling me anyways. I didn't give it a ton of thought, obviously, and I just said, fuck it, we all. Damn, the cigarette went out. Oh, shit. So, next night, Gary comes over to my crib, and, with the shit, of course, and we just start bullshitting, hitting it up, because we hadn't talked in a minute. I'd just been on a road trip, you know. After a few minutes, he whips out one of the plastic things that I think the Breeze baits come in, and I see it. Probably a half gram. You know, really not bad at all for 2 heads. And he asks if I got a mirror, and I say no, because, you know, still fucking, yeah. But I do got an Altoids tin. So, he dumps the ice in there, we split it into 2 lines, and he gives me the bigger one for the homie hookup, you know. So, I'm probably doing, like, a little over 2.5 points here for my first time. You know anything about meth? You know that is way too fucking much for a first timer. So, we're both on a come-up now. And, of course, this is my first time on any fucking stim. So, that just says how fucked this was, you know? And, we decide, you know, enough of just sitting here talking. Let's play some COD Zombies, some Black Ops 3, the classic. We loaded up Kino der Toten, or Kino der Toten, whatever the fuck you call it, the classic. And we made it to round fucking 32 before he choked and I wasn't able to revive him. So after we died in zombies, we just threw on some music. We started drawing, like literally just drawing all sorts of bullshit, you know. I got super into it, like super detailed shit too, you know. Like I was doing abstract shit, and I was going crazy with all the dots and lines. Damn, hit y'all, Nick. And after a little bit, I say, you know what, some wine would go down great right now. So, I had a thing to understand. I got an unfinished bedroom, so my ceiling is just bare rafters, and I had some boards up there that I had stashed some wine on. So I reach up, I grab a bottle, and we went outside. He asked if there was any liquor, which, of course, I didn't have any. I've always been a wine drinker. Now, thing to understand here, why we were going outside, my stepdad, he won a hot tub at a raffle once. So, we change out into, he changes down into some swim shorts. I'm just wearing my underwear because I said fuck it, you know. So we're sitting there in this hot tub, drinking barefoot like water, smoking some weed, and just, damn, you know. Sure, he was complaining that it was wine, not vodka, but still. One of my best fucking memories, just sitting there, spun as fuck, because it was my first time, still drawing, and I remember I got so frustrated with it, because I kept getting water on the page, and I was using, like, these alcohol ink markers, so it was just fucked. But, yeah, we're sitting there spun as fuck, drawing, listening to Lil Darky, drinking the wine like it's nothing, chain smoking cigarettes. And one more I just remembered. We were smoking weed throughout the whole night, and we rolled a joint to go out there. And at one point, the crutch of the joint got wet when we were passing it, and we had to hold it straight up, kind of like a snorkel or something, you know. And you know, it was kind of fucked, but we still needed to smoke it, you know. We couldn't let that joint go to waste just because it got a little bit of water on it, and we weren't about to go do surgery on it, so. Well, we kill the bottle, we dry off, we go back inside. He says he's starting to come down, but I'm still fucking straight, you know. He takes a nap. When he wakes up, and he says, you know what would slap right now? We need to get us some Molly. So we start hitting the plugs lines, trying to get some flats. And, spoiler, we tried them all. Everyone we fucking knew that had it. But none of them would deliver. And we weren't about to go walk to a plug's house. You know, he was on a meth come down, and I was starting to kind of come down at this point, too. So we're blown, just trying to figure something out, but we just can't, you know. So we go outside, we smoke a little bit more weed, Gary gets picked up, and goes back home. And after about 30 hours of being awake, I finally fucking lay down for bed. Man, that was a good night. Thanks for listening to the story, y'all. Stay lifted.